AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. Let me say something about Klay Thompson real quick. I just seen a report that they went to the table 3 times to try to negotiate, and Klay Thompson didn't want to have nothing to do with it. Goes to show you that was personal. And I've been saying it.
No. Wait, you saying that Klay Thompson didn't want to have nothing to do with the Golden State deal?
Yeah.
Nah, he gave them a sweet deal. He said, "Yo, give me 2 years for $20 million, or 2 years like for $40 million," and they said no. We'll get back to you because we're not something like that. Like we'll get on some. We'll get back to you basis.
Oh wow.
Klay was trying to work with them.
All right, so
he also told Steph Curry, "Yo, don't wield your power. Don't get involved. Let's see what they're about."
Okay, so
he was on that kind of time.
Wow, so I read that wrong. But then also, thank you for correcting me. So it just goes to show you Golden State is they're not as great as everybody thought they was. Kenyon Martin on Gilbert Arenas platform, big shout out to them guys, said what I've been saying. And he said it for verbatim. You give Draymond Green the money. How you don't give me the money? I'm a splash brother. Once again, when the Golden State Warriors said we're light years ahead of everybody, we smarter than everybody. No, you're not. No, you're not. Without that Kevin Durant move, which y'all had nothing to do with, that was the players realizing we can't beat LeBron. There's only one guy that can match up with him. The players understood that. The organization did not understand that. What y'all doing to Klay Thompson is so foul and so wrong that I'm going to be honest. I want to see Golden State Warriors crash and burn. I just want to say that, whether Steph is there or not. And if I'm Steph Curry, I see how y'all treated my brother. If you don't ask for a trade, I'm looking at you suspect too. Straight up. Straight up.
But don't you think Steph Curry clearly has something left in the tank? And with Klay, it's like, I don't know.
What does Curry have left in the tank in the West? You see they barely making it to the play-in. And now if you're a player and you see what Golden State did to Klay Thompson, would you want to go over there? Who wants to play with Draymond Green? Look at that roster. Y'all just signed Cal Anderson and y'all thinking about signing Buddy Hield? Not the smartest franchise in NBA history. Y'all out there with all the tech and all the smart people. Look at the moves y'all making. Once again, Klay Thompson, in my opinion, and I just want to say this and we can move forward. He gets a bad rap. Yes, he had a bad season. But let's think about what he was dealing with. You're thinking about your contract, your money. You see they paid Draymond, but y'all having a problem paying me. Y'all tried to trade me behind my back for my nemesis, LeBron James. And then my 2 brothers knew about it and didn't tell me. I'm going to be happy on the court every day? You telling me you live in a house with your brother, he backstabbed you. You got to see him every day. It's not going to be funny vibes? Come on, man. Come on. Everybody else get the benefit of the doubt. Why doesn't Klay get the benefit of the doubt? Listen, man. Big shout out Klay Thompson. I can't wait for the Dallas versus Golden State game. If I'm him, I'm not giving y'all no 5s. I'm not doing none of that. And if I'm Luka and Kyrie, every time we play Golden State, we need to make sure Klay Thompson get a 30 ball on their head. Pause. Facts.
Real quick, and I want to get back to Klay Thompson. Shaquan, the rumor was created by somebody on The Athletic, J.L. Edwards, who's a Detroit Pistons reporter or columnist, and he was saying that the Knicks should trade Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride for and Detroit's first round pick, give it back to them, and a second round pick for Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey, and we nixed that. Even if it is available, we don't want anything to do with that because we don't know what they are. Well, actually, like our boss said, we know what they are. They're losing over there in Detroit, and we don't want that juice over here. I did want to talk about the Pistons for us, the Mavericks for a second, because we're talking about everybody's off season, but we're not talking about like the Mavericks may have moved up in this, especially in the West. What they were lacking in that finals was all the 3-point shooting to allow Kyrie Irving some space and Luka Doncic some space. So, do you have Dallas or OKC right now, Western Conference Finals, or both of them in the Western Conference Finals? But who do you see going to the finals?
Wow, that's tough. I definitely have Dallas up there because once again, I look at basketball different. Yeah, they lost some key pieces, but this is how I look at things. They got a major upgrade from Tim Hardaway Jr. to Klay Thompson. That's how I look at it. I think Dallas is still going to be right there. I'm not sold on OKC. You know that. I'm not as great as SGA is. I'm not. Listen, man, we give guys props that ain't did nothing yet. Jalen Brunson did the same thing SGA did. What are we talking about? So, the Hartenstein move, my opinion, OKC, that was they way overpaid. I don't see Hartenstein making them better. All right, the Caruso move is cute, but I can't put OKC there when I seen what Minnesota did, beating Denver Nuggets 4 straight games. So I still like Minnesota over OKC. Remember, the West is dismantled. The Lakers is terrible. Look at the Clippers. Lord have mercy. You got John Morant coming back with Memphis, but I don't think that team is what it was years ago with the hype. So I don't see them doing nothing crazy. Phoenix, So I see Dallas. That's a major upgrade. I don't see how people can hate on that and don't understand that. You have Tim Hardaway Jr. Now you got Klay Thompson. He's just a better basketball player, even at this age. Even with all the miles on him, he's still way better than Tim Hardaway Jr. So, yeah, I still see Dallas being the favorites. Of course, people is going to, hop on the OKC, Minnesota bandwagon because of those young guys, SGA and Ant-Man. But real basketball minds, Klay Thompson in Dallas, like I said, when you got a shooter like that, and now he has a reason to want to be great again because of what happened to him, with his former team, I would probably have Dallas and Minnesota back in the conference finals. I still don't see OKC taking that leap.
I say those are the two best teams out west now, but I agree with you because I think Minnesota took a step back. I know Kyle Anderson isn't a big deal for a lot of people, but the way Anthony Edwards spoke about him was like, yo, he was really the point guard out there. I think he took a step back. I like the kid that they drafted. He can get to the basket, get some get some energy points.
That's why they had no problem getting rid of Kyle Anderson.
And Minnesota, remember, Ant-Man he's gaining confidence. We see him getting more skill. We see him maybe working on his mid-range, that elbow shot, something. Very competitive. But okay, going back to Flea's point, shout out to Flea, Big Flea. The beginning of the last season, the first thing he talked about when we talked about the Nuggets, and I overlooked it. I definitely overlooked it. How did they get better? You lost Bruce Brown. And now this season, you lost KCP. Well, the Mavericks, they're seeing OKC. Oh, you guys got added another defender? You guys were already good. Nah, we got to. And they added to what they needed. The Dallas Mavericks, unlike the Denver Nuggets of last year, when they went to the finals, they got better. That Najee Muhammad, the kid from the Pelicans, he can shoot. Klay Thompson. There's somebody else that I'm missing. Klay Thompson, Najee.
I forgot who else.
Oh, Quentin Grimes.
Right. Yep.
Now, we're very familiar with Quentin Grimes as Knicks fans. He adjusted. JJ Redick was the one training him last offseason, and his shot did change. It did get quicker. I did feel like he didn't have any confidence. Like, it always felt like he was rushing his shot. I think out there with Dallas, now you had that with JJ Redick. You had an offseason training, and you changed your jump shot, and now you're going to be shooting with Kyrie Irving. That's another training camp in itself all season long. Yeah. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Larry Bird. I'm just saying he has the potential. We've seen Quentin Grimes go off, and he could defend, and
Yeah.
he's really a two-way player. So,
No, he is. He is.
and again, I think he's the guy that replaced Tim Hardaway Jr. And then Klay Thompson is something that they just didn't have. There was no veteran. Well, Kyrie was the veteran guard, the veteran player. But now Luka's been to 2 Western Conference Finals. Kyrie's been to how many? 3 or 4 conference finals already in his career. Klay Thompson's been to how many conference finals? So I gotta agree with you 1,000%. Dallas Mavericks, after they made that trade this season, earlier this year, I said, yo, I can't see how they don't go to the finals. I'm trying to talk myself out of it. And it came to fruition only because that those guys in the middle, and then Derek Lively gets an extra season under his belt. I gotta agree with you. And who else got better out west, really? It's really been OKC and Dallas.
That's it. And like I said, for me, I'm not hot. Like, people are overhyping OKC. I'm sorry. Caruso is not no missing piece. Hartenstein is not no missing piece. Like, let's be realistic. So I'm not going to sit here and overhype OKC. Yeah, they got a little better from last year. If we talking who got better in the West, okay, because they made some moves, you got to say, okay, they upgraded a little bit. But you're 100% correct. Lakers did nothing. Clippers did nothing. Phoenix did nothing. Sacramento did nothing. Golden State, like I said, all these teams are just digressing. So, yeah, I mean, if we got to go by that, then yes, you got to go Dallas, OKC. But like I said, I like the draft pick by Minnesota. They still got Ant-Man, Cat, and the big guy. So, and Minnesota just came from the Western Conference Finals. So I got to give them that respect. I think Ant-Man is better than SGA. So, I see with me, SGA is tricky, great player, but his numbers is going to always make it seem like he's better because he's going to average 30. Ant-Man might not average 30, but I think Ant-Man is a better basketball player. I'm sorry. So yeah, I see Dallas. I see Dallas being right there. And if you notice, Dallas is going with the small ball with the fast pace. That's J Kidd. He ain't worrying about no big man. Shooting. You got Luka, you got Kyrie, now you got Klay. Listen, they really made some nice moves. They made some nice moves. Yes.
We respect it. Even though I don't think Ant-Man right now is on SGA's level. SJ is just more skilled. Like we've seen SJ take that leap. He went from shooting 80% from the free throw line to 90. He said he went from shooting 7 3-pointers a game to 2 or 3. He's just more intentional.
Your opinion, this playoffs, who was the better basketball player, Ant-Man or SGA?
I still think SGA.
How?
Yeah.
I watched Ant-Man take over series.
See him have a lot of bad games, a lot of bad shooting games.
I understand what you're saying, but I watched that young man make a name for himself this season. SGA was regular SGA. No disrespect to him. He didn't do nothing too crazy. I watched Ant-Man beat the former champs 4 straight times. When they was down 0-2, everybody said, oh, it's over. It's over. Young man came back and won 4 straight. Now, of course, he didn't have a great conference finals. But I'm just saying, for me, the SGA hype train, I think, needs to slow down. Because, like I said, he didn't do anything yet. He didn't win the MVP yet. He didn't get to the conference finals yet. He didn't do any of that yet.
Skill-wise, in that perimeter, and Ant-Man like is going at him. He'll stop giving him calls. So I love Ant-Man's competitiveness. I like that he calls him out. I'm more of a fan of Ant-Man. But as far as who got their skills more refined, SJ's older. He's going to be a little more mature. He's already kind of been through whatever Ant-Man has been through. And he knows his game. He's going to the basket, pump faking you, like you said. And I've been saying, he's a 6'6" Brunson. Footwork, keeps his dribble alive, looking for the pump fake, kicks the ball out, gets it back. He knows his spots. Ant-Man doesn't even know his spots yet. He doesn't know how to get to his spots yet. And SJ took that leap already, just skill-wise. Ant-Man took that leap for everybody as a leader long time ago. He's a full-fledged leader of that team in the locker room, at the press conference, everywhere. So it's tough to make, hey, in the next 10 years, who would you rather have, SG or Ant-Man? That's a different conversation. Because I love Ant-Man as just Nah, I want that guy to run my team. I don't win or lose. I want to lose with that guy. I want to win with that guy. As far as that goes, SJ a little more quiet, reserved, but Ant-Man is just the new Nike superstar. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.